Hi guys, back again with me Austin from Abba White Heart. Today I'm going to share with you my experience of Orito's 3¾ inch acid rain, the last line of defense, Space Prisoner. This was designed by Kid Law. Now this is not new by any means. Let's take a quick look at the packaging first. Right, this is the packaging that we have. Normally the style of packaging. Yes, this was before Toy Alliance. This was still Orito, Scronex with the artwork at the front. Very cool, right? With the codes, I'm not sure what are those. I'm trying to find the date of production if possible. I cannot see it everywhere, but if I remember it correctly, I think this figure was released around 2 years ago, around 1 or 2 years ago. Cannot remember, but yeah, behind a bit of description and warnings. Right now, they already had this container style inner box at the time, okay, which you can use for dioramas as well. You can actually hold this using the Laura, right? And another thing that I want to point out is that there were cases with this figure which happened a lot of. This is the inside. You have soft cushions there, right? Which is cool. At that time, my what do you call it? The right leg of my figure broke on the joint here. I hope it's visible. Is it visible? Okay. Broke off right from when I opened it up, and I contacted them. I forgot, did I contact them through Facebook or emailed them, but basically they replied and they sent me the replacement. That's why what you see here is actually a replaced leg, right? So that's cool, and this was not the only space theme figure that they released with this mold. I think they released another one, which I forgot what is it called, but yeah, it's really cool. And then it's good for them to respond, and immediately they send. Of course, it took a little bit of time and shipping, but hey, it made it here, and I got a replacement. A lot of people complain to me that acid rain figures, this was pre Toy Alliance, the material used was not good. The plastic was brittle over time. It broke off, and then blah blah blah. Yes, this happened at the time, but then they replace it anyway. And then for in case of the material, I've had this bob since like years ago, and it's still okay. I think the best way, personally, I think, is to open them up to give them some air, and they will last somehow. Now, well, I do hope that this figure will last. Nothing lasts forever, but Orito doesn't pay me for this. I'm just saying that I think the best way to treat these figures is to just simply open them and play with them, display them in your display, and it will last. At least that's what I experienced. Yeah, so hopefully it clear up some things. Anyway, let's take a closer look at this guy, Space Prisoner. So here's the closer look of Space Prisoner. Before we start, I just want to point out that this is not the actual body mold that we normally have. This is the example of the normal body mold that we usually have with acid rain. Okay, and then they will go on to put on belts, fast, clothes, accessories, helmets on these guys, right? but then when I came through this, I thought, is it a removable armor, or is it a removable spacesuit? But then if you look at the broken leg, I think this whole body is pretty much kind of molded, right? Especially when we come to see the joints later on. So let's not pay attention to how to open this up and everything, but we'll see what we can do, right? Let's start from the head. The head is cool. I think again the strongest, I think not strongest, but my favorite part of any acid rain figure is the weathered up paint job all across the figures. So from the head, I like the face. It looks all dirty, but all the facial features is still somewhat visible. Of course, they are not known to paint an eye, the eyes, which is fine by me. You know, they have their own interpretation of the face on the characters, which is fine by me. All right, so that's the inner part, and then we have this device on the chest, a bit of paint rub here. I'm fine though, because the whole body is already weathered anyway, so it's nice. I like the molds. I like the details on the abdomen here. As you can see, we have textures. Then on the belt down here, I'm not sure, it's not a belt, it looks like a belt, but yeah, with a bit of white lines there. And then on the arms, now the shoulder part here is removable, the shoulder pads. How do we know that? If we move this the arms open like that, we see the inner ring, which somewhat so basically you push the joints, the shoulder joints, through this orangish circles. I hope it's visible, which is actually locks this shoulder part. As you can see, if I rotate the shoulder parts, the ring there moves alongside it. Okay, so you can remove it, just remove the arm and you can remove this part, right? I like the faint letterings there, several numbers there, very nice. I think the shoulder pad is somewhat rubbery, can feel that. Then we have nice details on the arms as well, extends to the glove, which is cool as always, typical acid rain. All right, then we have the legs. The shoulder, the knee pad is molded on this one, but it's nice. I like the texture. I like the texture on this part, on the, what do you call that, the legs. I like the overall orangish color, very nice. That's why I prefer this one compared to the other one. The other one also great, but I don't know why the orange color here stuck into my head more. And then we have also the, what do you call, the boots is also it's not like Fossetti. With Fossetti you can remove all the armors bit and then revealing this inner body, but then this one you have the actual body here, so you can see it's directly you can actually see the joint there, right? And it's nice with a bit of details down there. So yeah, it's cool. All right, for his accessories, we are being given, first is the helmet, right? I think, yeah, the helmet doesn't really move, but we have the lettering up there, 32365 something, not sure. Okay, but it looks pretty nice, all weathered, and with the visible transparent glass there. It doesn't move, however, so if you feel that you want to do that, Buzz Lightyear kind of motion, is not there, unfortunately. I think, at least that's what I felt here. I thought it's gonna move, but it does not. Has some sort of device up there. You can somewhat just put it on him easily. All right, just like that, and it will hold nicely. Right, of course you can, if you want to, you can somewhat rotate it a little bit according to the head and side. All right, if you want to move a little bit to the left, for example. Not sure whether the helmet is supposed to move alongside the head. It's probably the head just moved. Isn't it? Okay, anyway, that's the helmet. Right. Then on the backpack, yes, there's a noticeable gap here. It's actually for the backpack here. So the pegs is molded to plug into the back. And for the most part, I just put it there. It's all weathered nicely. It's solid, but I think be careful on these two parts. You might break it. Who knows, right? A small faint lettering again. And it has, I'm not sure, probably these two are lights or something, kind of a device, right? But for the most part, it's solid. Just be careful on these two parts. And then we just have to put it on him, just like that. And it actually holds better than the Mandalorian Boba Fett's jetpack, to be honest with you. It holds really, really nice. Let me just straighten. Okay, just remove the helmet for now. Alright, then for the last accessories is we are being given kind of a glove / mechanical arms here, right, which is painted nicely as well, solid. We have both for 2 hands, right? Sorry, let me focus first. So left and right. All right, how do we know the left, how do we know the right? Is you can easily look at where the thumb is, right? Okay, so yeah, it's solid, it's nice. It is somewhat articulated. So the articulated on this mechanical glove is on each of the fingers. Each of the fingers here is attached on a ball joint, plus also here it's also on a ball joint. So for example, let's take this pinky. You can do all ball joint motion. You can even rotate it 360, right? And it applies all the same with all the other fingers. But for the thumb, not only that, you get a little bit extra room there, so you can move a little bit more, right, compared to the others, right? And then we also have ball joint on the wrist there, so you have full rotation. So how cool is that, right? So it's the same with this one. Ball joints, the wrist can move as well, and the individual fingers. Of course, it cannot do gripping motion. It's only ball joint, but it's cool. Right, I like the paint. I like the details on the fingers. It looks pretty nice to me. Then to plug it in, there's no peg whatsoever. You just hope on the friction on the fingers. So let's see, this is the right one. How do I know? I can see the white linings there, and then the thumb is here, so we know that it's the right hand one. I can just slide in right to his right arm, and then voila, kind of holds. Not the best application, but it holds, so it works. And we can also put on the one on the left here. I hope it's visible. Let's focus, please. also similar. And the good thing is the elbow still bend even with the gloves on. Alright, so you get somewhat dynamic motion with the two hands because you can always rotate. Alright, so that's pretty much with the accessories. Now for the articulation, the head is I just removed the helmet and the glove because you want to see the articulation on the body parts. Okay, the head is on a ball joint, so you can okay, it is attached to the inner neck there, which probably is attached also to a ball joint. So it's a ball to another ball to the neck, and then the neck to the another ball joint. So you can combine the two joints, and you can do full rotation. And as usual, the one on the joint that attach the head to the neck is normally tighter than the one that joins the neck to the torso. So the rotation that we had just now is probably from the torso, okay, from the neck to the torso, right? But then you can combine the two joints to move kind of up and down like that, not so much side to side, right? So you can combine the two joints, all right? And then on the arm is, let me remove. On the arm we have, you can straighten the arms this much. You can rotate it 360. Then it's good that the shoulder pad actually moves along with it, so that's cool. Alright, so you have a hinge there, so you can move it like that. Okay, then as usual up here we have rotation. I hope it's visible. Alright, and then we have this much of a bend on the elbow. And then we have full rotation on the wrist, and we have a small hinge there which allow us to move this downward, upward. And let's see on the other side, it might, it's the same position of hinge. Okay, now on the torso here we have ball joint, not much movement, but we can rotate it 360. I don't think we have a lot of movement really, but it is there. Okay, so just so you know, it is there. Now here we can do front kick this much, the leg. So by using the joint on the thigh there, we can do back kick this much. Can we do split? Let's try it. This is the extent of the split. Fortunately, not so much room because of the molded thigh here, right? But it's sufficient. It is connected to ball joint. I think so. And then up here we have rotation. Let's try. Right, we do have rotation. A bit scary, but we have the rotation up here, just like your Marvel Legends. And we have kind of a double jointed knee, but it is hindered, so we can bend the knee this much. All right. Not bad actually. Right, we have ratcheting joints. It's been there on Acid Rain figures. And then we have rotation on the ankle, full rotation. We have rocker ankle. I think we do have hinge to move up and down, and it is also on a ratchet, so you can move down that much and you can move up that much. All right, so that's pretty much it with the articulation on this figure. All right, let's measure it up. The figure stands for roughly, I think, around 11 centimeters to the top of the helmet. which is more than 4¼ inch. So let's compare it to some other figures from this line. This is the AMM Soldier, is it? Which is 4 series body mold. This is the Marine 303 Soldier. I think these are all somewhat similar. Of course, the difference in height is because of the armors and stuffs. Let's see, what do I have beside me? This is Bob. Okay, let's compare to other figure lines. This is Chewbacca from Star Wars The Black Series. This is K2SO that I just shared last few videos, which these two are supposed to be taller somewhat. Okay, which is cool. Let's see other figure lines. I have Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. Okay. Alright. Come on. Let's see, beside me I have Death Trooper from Hasbro as well. Okay. Then I have Joy Toy. So Joy Toy's figure, which are really cool. Interestingly, Joy Toy are somewhat taller than Acid Rain. Perhaps a little bit taller. Ooh, come on. The one on the left here doesn't really have good footing, so yeah. Okay. Maybe just to add on another Joy Toy figure here. Come on, you can stand. Alright. So, as you can see, the Joy Toy figures are taller than Acid Rain. Oops, of course. Oh, sorry about that, guys. A bit of accident. Here's Marvel Universe Professor X. We're just hold it somewhat about the same height. Okay. Right, so again, just stand him up is very easy. Yeah, no issue there. Okay. Alright, so again, overall I love this figure. I love the orange color. I love all the working accessories. In fact, it's not that hard to stand up and it will last. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. You can always turn on your notification bell, and don't forget you can contact me through Instagram. Ciao.